Day 2 of joint practices with the Cleveland Browns, and the Eagles thoroughly dominated today, putting on a stupendous, tremendous effort out there on the field, both on offense and defense, with Reed Blankenship being a pick magnet, coming away with 2 to increase his total to 3 over 2 days, and new D-tackle Jalen Carter bum rushing the out of 5-time consecutive Pro Bowler Joel Bitonio, putting him on his ass. And man, we're just getting started with the freaking highlights from this day. What's up, it's your boy Syndrome, coming back at you with another analysis video. To kid you not, it's my real name. And today, man, we're gonna start off like we do every time with the Jalen Hurts watch. But man, also he came out and balled today, maybe because of something that we're gonna get to right now. Jalen Hurts watch QB1 airs it out in fresh Jordan 1 cleats. So bowling. All right. So Jalen Hurts became a endorser of Air Jordan. You see him here with the Air Jordan 1 cleats to match the jersey. No contact. Don't touch me because I'm too clean. Anyways, man, I had our head coach, our captain in charge, Nick Sirianni, speak on the day yesterday. He said it wasn't up to our offensive standard ahead of practice on Tuesday. So it wasn't after he came out and dominated. He said this before, taking accountability. But they went over film and course corrected, coming out this time looking much more like the high-powered unit everyone got used to seeing last season. Maybe it was the Cleats. Maybe it was. But this is what I was telling you guys in the last video that you weren't even watching, because you weren't even watching though. We were going in raw, pause, without any, detailed breakdown of film and players and their habits and their tells, their signs. And we kind of going in blind, flying blind. And that's why Jalen looked regressed, or he looked like he was, 2021, Jalen going into 2022 without the starter job on lock. And, there's only so much you can do with, sandlot football, winging it. And that's not to say that they were doing that out there, but having no preparation, no prep time. It's like Batman versus Superman without him having that prep time. It's you're not allowed to. It makes a big difference. He's not allowed to use the kryptonite because he didn't think to bring it. Whatever. Anyways, it's night and day. So it really showed in this performance. We're going to get to a slew of plays that really highlight this. All right. So play number 1. Wheel route. So I love that it's designed to draw the defenders to DeAndre Swift, and we covered this as well in another video. Instead of him being an ancillary piece, he can be looked at as someone as a top option to draw defenders away and then create more one-on-one opportunities, more opportunistic opportunities for Devonta Smith, for AJ Brown, for Dallas Goedert. Maybe even for a double set of backs in background in the backfield, or a wide receiver 3. So that spells all type of trouble for those defenders across the league. I'm not saying like this is the Marvel show anywhere or anything like that, but yeah, quite interesting. And he went to Devonta Smith. All right, another play, kind of back here, plays 5 and 6. Dallas Goedert in the red zone, and we were working in the red zone kind of exclusively today. And that's going to be an area that we're going to excel in because Jalen Hurts is just tailor-made for it with his dual threat capabilities. We'll get into that a little bit later. But, Dallas Goedert, he's gotten better, even better at running routes. He was already a good receiver. Now he's, practicing with the, receivers leading up to training camp and getting even better at, the minute details of, the Devonta Smith level of route running at tight end, which should be scary for the rest of the league. But anyways, he was open in the back of the end zone, and AJ Brown a slant. This is one of the automatic plays for us. Just one of the staples that we discovered last season. That he's unstoppable on short routes. Uses his physicality and his body to shield away, as well as him having deceptive speed for those that don't know him, and a good deal of legitimate speed with him being a 4.4 runner. But yeah, we'll look at these taglines later. Play 7, like Hurts mixing it up, and Jason Kelce getting out in front, doing what he does, being athletic, one of the most athletic centers out there in the league. And you don't know. That's a great mix-up with this offense. You don't know whether we're going to run or pass, and we can mix it in. And that makes it so hard to get a bead on us and nail down what we're doing. And try to preemptively stop us. All right, play 11 here. Hurts. I mean, I heard Hurts. Brown was switching up on being on Denzel Ward. Maybe, I don't know, majority of the time, but at least more so than yesterday. And he cooked him because, I mean, AJ Brown, like Denzel Ward, I think he's like 6'1", $175. He's not built to stop him, which makes me so excited for the Redskins. The Commanders. I keep saying that. Their top pick out of Mississippi State, I want to believe. He's a 6'1" corner who's a $163 or 61. He's too light. He's got the height and the speed. You just ain't gonna be able to tackle, set the edge as a corner, or hang with guys, when they go up in the air, or to try and strip them of the ball. They're just gonna be too strong for him, especially AJ Brown. Anyways, let's get to another play. Play number 16. This was similar to the one in the Colts, and we're looking at plays and why even though it's a short distance to go in the red zone, and that's kind of where we excel with the brand of offense that we play. Why were we having a night and day effect here? Like I said, it's due to the film room makes a big difference, especially if you know what you're doing. You have the proper breakdown and the tools to analyze what you're doing and your mistakes, and just assess what's happening or happened on film, and to improve upon those mishaps. But man, he was able to just have an empty set, and it's kind of a dummy call for the offense. I mean, for the defense, because they think, oh man, spread out, defend every blade of grass. Slow down, bro. And then it opens up that center of the field, and they part the field like the Red Sea, and Jalen goes right in. So anyways, I'm stumbling over my words here because I'm so excited. Let's get into it. All right, that's a Russian TD. Play number 18. So I mean, it's just a great pass, and then a great effort on the side, to get to a great route. This is kind of what we didn't see yesterday, but looking crisp, and the offense coming out, with fire under their ass, to really prove wrong those misconceptions that might have crept in people's mind about yesterday. Nah, that wasn't us. The intensity was different, night and day. We'll get to it on defense, but man, offense, you're seeing it here. The focus in on the minute things, the attention to detail was all there. All right, let's see. Play number 19. So yeah, getting drawn a PI flag here. Corners come up tight on Smith and Brown, and Hurts off the challenge. I mean, this is where the environment you should be challenging. Where the mistakes don't count, even if it is interception. You're building that rapport with your receivers and showing that you're willing to, in clutch situations when it comes down to it, in real live game action, to challenge defenses and not let them, oh, okay, he's got him tight, okay, I'll just go elsewhere. No, force it and trust your receivers. And then throwing out to Brown, I'm down with Brown, because most times last year he did come down with it in those one-on-one situations, even 2-on-1 when we saw in the Steelers game, throwing it up to him, giving your receiver a chance, throwing up a jump ball for Brown, who's a bigger receiver physically than a lot of guys, even though he is only 6 foot. He's very well built, and he didn't come down with it, but he drew a flag, and that's automatic. That's hidden yardage of the game. Doesn't count in the box score, but it's crucial to keeping drives alive, to frustrating defenses, keeping them out there in the field, and continuing to have the chance to score points. All right, let's see. Plays number 23 and 24. These are the last two we're going to get to. All right. Great adjustment. So this is where we're going to see Hurts at some of his best, creating on the fly. The play was kind of dead as is. He calls the audible, tells Brown to head downfield, and hits him, and then he caught the new starting corner, the 3rd round pick, Martin Emerson, who's new to the job, and got caught slipping, and Brown went and hauled it in for a touchdown, heading into the end zone. So I mean, crazy. That drove us nuts. So I mean, that would have made me go crazy too. Then capitalizing on that before the Browns have a chance to recover while they're reeling, calling the play, and then Hurts just taking it himself. I mean, it's just a perfect play. I mean, defense might be expecting it, might be in the back of the head, but it's not until they see Hurts running with the ball, it's too late, the recognition, because they've just been hit with the airplay. They already think, I mean, it's in the forefront of their load. Airplay, then ground. So I mean, this is the perfect thing, perfect offense to keep defenses off balance, because you never know what's coming. And that's why I don't get so down about yesterday, because it's just a one dichotomy. You're never going to be not able to progress past the 40. The offense is going to shift in between red zone, in between long ball, in between intermediate, focused. I mean, so with each level of the playing field that you're at, there's going to be a different focus. There's going to be a different game plan for the offense. So I mean, it's a collaborative effort. You can kind of downgrade today's effort based on mixing in yesterday's, if you want to say that. So I mean, like, let's get so excited for this offense, and offense are throwing in things that are kind of vanilla, and as well as things that staples that we did last year, like the Colts play where Jalen went in for the game-winning touchdown run, because they've already seen that, already put that on tape. It's no secret now. But it's going to be interesting to see what wrinkles and adjustments we do make to the offense, and we do throw in there. So like the wheel route, that's something that we just kind of get live practicing against players who aren't us, which gives us just valuable experience. So let's look at the final numbers. So set 1, 4 out of 6 with 2 TDs through the air. Here, 2 of 2 with a rush and a sack. Okay, you got not every drive's gonna end in positive manner and in points. So he still was 2 for 2 with a rush, mixing it in. So mixing up the run and the pass. 1-on-1 with 2 rushes, a rushing TD and a passing TD, which is a great mix up there. And set 4, 2 or 3 with the passing TD, not including the PI. So yeah, that's cool, because that's free yardage. 2 rushes and including on a 2-point conversion. So on the day, Hurts stat line, crazy, great, fantastic, amazing. 9 of 12 with 5 rushes, 4 TDs, a rushing TD, a 2-pointer, and a sack. So I mean, the sack is one of the only dings, and of course 3 incompletions, but he's still 75% on the field. 5 rushes, 4 passing TDs, a rushing TD, which is great. Which mirrors kind of like the Steelers game. One of the precipices of his young career last year. But yeah. So, I mean, like, they're not most likely going to see the playing field. This might be the last time I think the last time we're going to see them in joint practice. They're going to have a private practice that we're not going to be privy to. But, man, great effort going into the game that you want to see from Hurts. And I hope, Mariota is on his P's and Q's and the second team as well as the third team. But, man, what a great start to the day. All right, man. Let's get to the game balls. And today, it's not a gimme. Yeah, we got Reed Blankenship here, but there's another guy who we just talked about who's on this list. All right. Just handed it to him today. Jalen Hurts. So Monday was the chicken or the egg scenario when it comes to this discerning blame for an NFL offense. Was it the offensive line or the quarterback? It was a mix of both. Yeah. Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith, who I forgot they added on, constantly flush Hurts out of the pocket into would-be sacks without this being full contact ball. But, like I said yesterday, we didn't really prep for them. So it was just kind of like a raw appearance, pause. And just going off of the chemistry we've built up and the plays that we know, and not really game planning, which will never go into a game like that. So unrealistic, but just kind of a really good experience just to go at it. But yeah, like Myles Garrett was not out there again today, but I mean, that shows. But at the same time, you go with who's out there. Because Tom Reddick, he left practice, so I don't know how that affected practice that much. But still, we balled out, at least in the secondary. All right, let's see. Yeah. Turnstile line play, indecisive quarterback, and cover sacks. So yeah, it wasn't I wouldn't say it was a stinker. I would say it was just a bad effort. Because, I mean, even in an ugly game, I think we would have won that game yesterday. Given, that atmosphere. We would have edged them out. And, and then, like I said, offenses are always trying to catch up to the defenses earlier on in the season. And once they do, it's defenses that are on their heels. But it's always going easier going on the defense in the early going. All right, so the Eagles' collective demeanor was flipped on Tuesday. This was the energy you'd expect from the NFC's best team. So great to hear that. Let's take a water break here. Tea. Some of the Eagles' offensive success had to do in part with the field position. Yeah, I get that. Cool. Dual threat, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, big red zone targets, so that, built for success. But Hurts looked like his 2022 self all afternoon, keeping the Browns deep, consistently scrambling, so they were off balance, off kilter, right where you want them. Yeah, we said that Hurts ain't gonna play, but those reps are very vital. He might not play this preseason at all, and I'd be fine with that because really don't need him to prove anything. He's the starting QB for the next 6 seasons. You know what I'm saying, with that big contract, 6 years, $255 million. We're good to go. All right, but here the defensive game ball, safety Reed Blankenship. So Reed has had the best summer of an Eagles defender. No, he's not the best player on his D. That would be most likely Hassan Reddick. He's not even the best player in the secondary. That would most likely be Darius Slay or James Bradbury, or a tie between the two. Blankenship's growth, however, from midseason contributor as an undrafted rookie in 2022 to the clear-cut number 1 safety during camp has been exponential, which is exceptional. He looks like a burgeoning star, at the very least a solid player, and he's out there, just working it. And I'm sure Darius Slay and Bradbury are just happy. And then this goes to prove that the C.J. Gardner-Johnson decision was the right one to make. He can plug and play for him. I think he can be the playmaker in our defense, in the secondary. And Terrell Edmonds just has to be the steady hand. And that's all we need from the secondary because we have 2 great corners who can lock down guys. And those guys will naturally be able to make plays throughout the season because of the discord we're allowed to have wreak havoc on offenses in the front 7, and that will matriculate to the back with our coverage, and they can't keep our hands off the balls forever. All right, Blankenship took all the first team reps at one of the safety spots on Tuesday, while Justin Evans, Sidney Brown, and Terrell Edmonds rotated opposite him. So still showing they're kind of playing musical chairs so far with that position opposite. Blankenship hasn't received the top safety billing by default compared to lower level competition. He's actively earned it, and I agree with that assessment 100%. After an interception in Monday's joint practice off a tip Deshaun Watson pass that linebacker Zach Cunningham deflected again. Yeah, the same thing that happened on Tuesday. The Watson, the Cunningham, the Blankenship trifecta led to Blankenship running the ball back downfield, and Sidney Brown leveled a Cleveland player on a block, and a mini skirmish between the Eagles defenders and the Browns offensive players broke out, and they were heated about that. They thought that it wasn't called for. He blew up a running back. What's the name? Yeah, but yeah, I forget who it was, but yeah, it was intense, and there was one we'll get to later. Was another fucking idiot. It's always him. It was an intensity that was sorely missing in Monday's lackluster performance. Yeah, so just turn up the heat, and they're like, oh, NFC champs. Not saying that holds no bearing on this season, but it's that prestige. Blankenship won up himself later, picking off Watson again. This time, Blankenship was covering Cleveland tight end Jordan Atkins in the end zone. Blankenship went under Atkins, putting himself in perfect position to land the interception. Those tip drill picks showcase great awareness and a nose for a ball that's been cleared throughout camp. Yeah, so, he's had picks on Jalen as well. Tuesday's second interception was football IQ and skill put together. Not too shabby for a guy who was preparing to play the likes of Western Kentucky and Florida International while at Middle Tennessee State this time 2 years ago. Blue Raider. All right, man, but he's balling out. He's having an excellent camp, and he's poised to take the next step and ascend at his position. And just great news. Like I said, he's not the best player on the defense, nor even in the secondary, but he's going to be at a higher playing level, which will elevate our squad. All right. Just talked about this. We thought that Eagles handed down a spanking to the Browns. All right, let's take a little quick tea break. All All right, so yeah, doing 11 on 11s. Zach Cunningham tipped the ball up. That Reed picked it. And then Brown absolutely lit up Brown's running back, Demetri Felton. And then they, took exception to it. It's all good. But they were able to break it up before it got, too out of hand. And then Reed Blankenship filling the hole with urgency met Nick Chubb, one of the best running backs in the league, top 5, stopped him in his tracks. I mean, boom. One of the things he got bowled over, I think, I forget which, a couple games, but him, getting in the weight room and just, playing with better technique, trying to keep himself off of the highlight reel this time, or on the positive side of the highlight reel. But yeah, the interception he got on Atkins in the, I think in the end zone, just uproar on the sidelines. So he wasn't the only person. Josh Jobe had a leaping interception in the back left corner of the end zone while covering talented rookie Cedric Tillman. So, I mean, he's getting in on the party. He's going to be, one of our top backups and showing that he has the mettle. And he's not going to be just chopped liver out there. So that's excellent to see. And then the highlight I talked about earlier that we've all been waiting to talk about, to discuss. Jalen Carter put Joel Bitonio on his ass. So Joe might have tripped. Okay, cool. But, it was Jalen Carter putting that pressure on him to begin with. So he's made 5 straight Pro Bowls, and Carter made him look bad. A rookie. This is why, I'm not really tripping so much off of, us losing Hargrave. Yes, it's a loss in the pass rushing department, but Jalen Carter could be the best of both worlds. Him having a 93 rating in the run defense game, and him having a good amount of room for growth in the pass rushing game. But you saw the Ravens game, he got there, put a pressure, put a hit on the quarterback, and then that would have been a pressure in real life action. So great. Then Moro Jomo disrupting the run play. He locked out the guard and with one arm, and then with his free arm helped make the tackle. So he's country strong. I love guys like that. Give him a year in the weight room, especially. He'll break into that rotation of our D tackles. I'm not sure how much we play him this year, but he looks like he can still contribute at the very least in an emergency. So Josh Sweat had a strip sack, not supposed to be touching the quarterback. So I'm like, how did you get a strip sack? But man, anyways, he's lights on, and he's trying to elevate his sack total from 11 to the unknown this year, because he's increased each and every year. Him going from 0 to 4 is third year. It's second year, and then to 7, and then 7.5, then 11 last year, and him being a 5th-year pro this year. So continue to get better, even though if it doesn't reflect in the sack total. He's going to be a Pro Bowler out there. Maybe he might try to elevate to All-Pro. All right. I'll give you a guess who this fight was between the Browns tight end Thomas Greene and Derek Barnett, bro. They both got flagged on the play, I think. Yeah. Anyways, what else do you bring to the table? Sure, it's some type of intensity, but it's the wrong type of intensity. Is he worth the trouble at this point, Eagles? I honestly don't know, man. It's sad. It's pathetic, bro. Why every time I hear your name, it's not for a highlight, it's for a low light? All right, on the offensive side of the ball, A.J. Brown caught a deep ball over Martin Emerson for the second straight day. He spun the ball at his feet, and then we're sending Greg Newsome, the other corner. I think might be in the slot. Didn't take too kindly to that. Or he might be playing that second corner with Denzel Ward swapping out. But I had a subtle push off, but wasn't called, and they got the reps out there, doing their thing. Devonta Smith active again. He got wide open, and Jalen Hurts was able to hit him for an easy TD. Just showing that his route running, his craftery, his craftery is just masterful. All right, Tyreek Cleveland, keeping on the string of practices and game action going strong. Perfect. He was a recipient of a perfect pass from Marcus Mariota, down the left sideline for a TD. And then he hit him on the sprint out to the right for the 2-point conversion. So those two coming on. I mean, Marcus Mariota, the change under center to Andrews and on the second team really has done wonders for him. He's steadily improved. I won't say turn it on, but he's steadily improved since that point in training camp. So that's a very positive note to see out of him. He's going on a 10-year veteran. All right, Dennis Kelly getting beat by Lonnie Phelps, not Michael Phelps. But he might be shaky on the 53-man roster. I believe in him, but you gotta put it out there on tape. And all right, we've had some injuries. So Hassan Reddick, thumb injury, but doesn't look like he'll be out there. Doesn't look like he'll be out too long, and doesn't look like regular season action is in threat of him missing it. And Nickerson for foot continuing on from yesterday, but doesn't look to be too serious. Quez Watkins and Britton Covey missing another consecutive practice with hamstring injuries, and Patrick Johnson missing his 6th consecutive practice with that lower ankle injury. So hopefully he can get back out there in the field. And we talked about that. Myles Garrett didn't practice, but I wish he did, but I know they're just trying not to to maybe use him too much. Him being he's not a big vet, but just give him some rest. And he'll probably play in the preseason game, I'm guessing. All right, just general overview of notes. So some things that were missed in the other article. So Jalen Hurts started slow. Okay, missed a TD throw to A.J. Brown. And an over-the-shoulder TD catch. So even with what he had, there could have been, he had 4 TDs, could have been maybe 6, theoretically. And A.J. Brown was only able to get 1 foot down, but that's an improvement over yesterday, getting the timing down, and over just straight out missing guys for the majority. But those throws to get Goddard on a crossing route, back line, deadly accurate. And A.J. Brown through traffic, hitting him, trusting him. So getting that timing, rhythm, chemistry down. And then the threat of Hurts' mobility helped to generate a touchdown run for Boston Scott. The Browns defense crashed hard on the quarterback, leaving a ton of room for Boston Scott. So the option showing paying off and showing dividends here. The focus on Hurts too much, and the guys will make you pay. And then you have a guy like you can have 2 tailbacks in the backfield, have a true triple option, and just you can also pop back to pass. I mean, have someone run a corner route, a tight end, and something like that. Just so many options. All right, Myles Garrett coming after Jalen Hurts. So you see, he's here sipping something, those swole ass guns. Anime fan, love that dude, but not when it's playing against us. But just shows that he's healthy, and there's no real reason for them to hold him out. But violent fight. I get they'll be mad, but Reed Blankenship had another breakup on David Njoku, their tight end, an athletic guy. And then they got flagged on it, but he said it looked clean. But we'll go with what they're saying, that it was a flag. But hey, it's been a great summer for the number 32. And damn, Devonta Smith getting high praise here from Darius Slay, saying that it's not going to be too much longer that we're saying that we're not saying Smith isn't the best receiver in the league for sure. Man, damn, Josh Sweat had multiple sacks on Deshaun Watson. I mean, he's turning it up, as we mentioned earlier. Marcus Mariota, nice practice. The good, accurate pass to Jack Stoll up the seam, so for a touchdown, and he's lighting up the defense as well. Diamond tight window to Greg Ward on a quick slant for a touchdown. Nice, perfect fade, ball touchdown to Tyree Cleveland. Nice. So I mean, the fade, the back shoulder fade. I don't know if it was that, but man, just excellent work. Overthrows to Greg Ward and Deion Kane weren't really close. We're gonna get some good and some bad mixed in there with Mariota. All right, Justin Evans took some first team reps at safety next to Reed Blankenship for the first time this summer. They came in 7-7, but when it came to 11-11, Terrell Edmonds was back with the starter. So, I mean, I would say that really bodes, holds more weight for me. 7-7, that's cool. But 11-11, you know, he's a full squad, so I'm more likely to trust that. Kayvon Wallace big hitting, as he's, you know, really kind of known for. Putting a pop on John Kelly Jr. And Zach McPherson picked off a pass. Nice. I don't know if it was on second team or first team, but I'm mentioning on the second team because Mario Goodrich was manning the slot, which Avonte Maddox, we haven't seen him on the injury report. He's been playing. You know, no good news is good news because they haven't heard from him, but that means he should be locking shit down theoretically. But he saw some outside snaps, so it's good to see they're still going with the outside versatility with Mario Goodrich taking that spot. I think Mario makes the Mario. I'll say Mario, but makes the practice squad. But he'll be called up, you know, maybe in a pinch if Zach goes out as well as Avonte, or just if Avonte goes out, maybe a backup guy. And yeah, it's always him. But anyways, we're gonna get up out of here. There's one more thing that we're looking for here. So, pivotal rookies for each team. Jalen Carter is ours. So, a lot of people believe he was the most talented player in the entire draft class. And that's what yet to be seen, but I would say he's one of the guys, at the very least a top 10 guy. He can be nearly impossible to block when he cranks it up. But he needs to prove to the Eagles and the league that he can stay focused and in shape. And today, you know, putting a Pro Bowler, an established guy already in the league, you know, 5 years running Pro Bowler on his ass is a good start, as well as what he showed in the Ravens game. He's firing on all cylinders. Carter can be the kind of game wrecker who helps propel Philadelphia back into the Super Bowl. And then, like I said, this just underscores for me, again, that Javon Hargrave, while he can't be replaced with one guy I don't believe, you know, he equates to, Jalen Carter equates to him, but we're going to use a gamut of guys. We got Milton Williams in his third year, ready to turn it on and looking, you know, really strong coming into and going out of training camp, as well as Fletcher Cox, the experienced guy. Jordan Davis, the rising second-year guy who's set to take a leap from his first year to his second year. So, I mean, it's going to be a collaborative effort, and I believe that Jalen Carter can play a key part in that role and help us to get back to the promised land and be a bull while doing it. Anyways, you're not even watching, man. I love making these videos, though, man. This is one of my most amped up videos I've felt in a while, so we're going to get up out of here, though. But you're not even watching. Like I said, it's all good. It's all good. Because as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly. Damn, hit my hand. But let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.